My personal journey with Judgment 20. Welcome, sweeties, Laura here. Today we shall take a gentle stroll together, hand in hand with one of the most profound cards in the major arcana, Judgment, which carries the number 20. This is a card of awakening, of renaissance, of hearing a call so deep within you that it rearranges your whole world. It is a card of clear, resonant sound and the softest, most forgiving light. In my own long journey with the tarot, Judgment appeared during a particularly quiet and reflective chapter of my life. I felt a deep-seated readiness for a significant change, a sense of being on the precipice of something new, yet I hadn't the foggiest notion of how to take that first step. The card spoke to me not with a thunderous clap, but with the clear, pure ring of a distant bell. It simply asked me to listen, to be still and truly hear. It then gently invited me to rise. Unpacking the card's imagery. The first and most prominent sound we encounter is the trumpet. Imagine its call, not a jarring alarm, but a clear, bright, resonant tone that cuts through the noise of daily life. The trumpet is the sound of absolute truth, a divine signal meant for you. It carries a simple message. Wake up, dear one. The time for slumber is over. Your moment to rise is now. This call beckons you to a higher state of consciousness, to pay attention to your life's purpose and the quiet whispers of your soul. It is the catalyst, the divine spark that begins renewal. Listen closely. Next, our eyes are drawn to the flag, pure white with a bold red cross, a potent symbol of balance, healing, and integration. White represents purity, clarity, a blank slate. Red signifies life force, passion, action, blood. Together, heal the past and act in the present, a promise of safe passage and divine protection during transformation. Beneath the sky lies a vast expanse of water, a tranquil sea to the horizon. The trumpet's call is the primary catalyst. It is the voice of your higher self, spirit, the universe. It is the moment of epiphany, the aha that changes everything. This is not a sound that can be unheard. Once you receive this inner call to awaken, you face a conscious choice. Do you answer it and begin rising? Or do you cover your ears and stay in the comfort of the old reality? The trumpet represents a moment of absolute clarity. It is the ultimate wake-up call, inviting you into your rebirth. The flag with its red cross speaks of integration for true healing. This symbol appears in other cards, the world. Here it acts as a banner of truce between past and future. The red cross suggests aid and healing, a restorative process. You're called to make amends with others, and most importantly, with yourself. The glorious light in the card is divine grace. They are the promise of what awaits after you answer the call. Now let us bask in the warm, uplifting light of the exalted traits of the Judgment card. When this card appears in its upright or light aspect, it sings a song of glorious renewal. It signifies a fresh start, truly earned through introspection and experience. Not the naive new beginning of the fool, but a conscious rebirth informed by past wisdom. A time for rigorously honest self-review, not a critical eye, but a compassionate heart. Look back at your life's journey, acknowledge your missteps, honor the triumphs, integrate the lessons with grace. Forgive yourself, forgive others, release resentment, release regret. Own your complete story, the beautiful parts, the messy parts alike. See it as the path to awakening. Return to your most authentic self, the you before the world defined you. The shadows echo, the non-exalted traits of Judgment. Of course, every card of light also casts a shadow, and it is just as important to understand the non-exalted traits of Judgment. When its energy is blocked, reversed, in shadow, the trumpet's song can become a jarring, painful noise. Instead of compassionate self-review, it can manifest as harsh, relentless judgment of yourself or of others. It can become a cycle of shame, replaying past mistakes over and over, unable to find forgiveness or a way forward. The call to change is still there, but it's met with an overwhelming fear of the unknown. You might be stuck in the past, clinging to grievances like a life raft when they're actually an anchor. The call for action becomes a confusing cacophony that freezes you, paralyzed by indecision and self-doubt. Renewal is twisted into the unyielding grip of shoulds, should-nots. You may try to close the lid again, choosing familiar darkness over intimidating brightness. Judgment in the everyday. Readings for life's questions. So how does this profound card translate into the practicalities of our daily lives when it appears in a reading? For questions about the self, and for personal growth, Judgment summons deep, honest reflection. It signals that you are on the cusp of making a clear, life-altering choice. In the realm of love and relationships, Judgment can signify a moment of reckoning and renewal. It can be a beautiful, let's begin again moment. Alternatively, if a relationship has truly run its course, Judgment can indicate a kind, amicable ending. For those seeking love, it suggests past relationship patterns must be reviewed and released before a new, healthier love can enter. Concerning work and career, Judgment often appears when you are being called to your true vocation. This is the trumpet call to align your work with your purpose. It can also signify a fair and just outcome after a period of review. In matters of health, Judgment is a significant wake-up call. Make a conscious change. This is the card of creating a new health plan and sticking to it, not out of fear, but from a loving commitment to yourself. Spiritually, this card is the very essence of the soul's journey, and to place your trust in the divine light that guides your way. Walking the path, practical steps and final thoughts. To hear the trumpet, take just one moment today to be still and take an honest look at one area of your life. To embody the flag, perform one small act of care for yourself or another with no expectation of reward. To open the box, consciously decide to let one old story or one small resentment go. Write it down and safely burn it, or simply release it with a breath. To cross the sea of the past, remember a specific memory. Feel the emotion without judgment. Bless it for its lesson and let it drift away. To face the mountains, name one simple, achievable goal and take one tiny step towards it today. And to look to the light, sit quietly and cultivate a feeling of trust that you are being guided and supported. This is how Judgment truly works. Not with a sudden, forceful push, but with a gentle, persistent call. Not with shame, but with grace. Your life is not a final examination. Think of it as a beautiful song you are learning to hear more clearly each day. The Judgment card, number 20, is your bridge from the past to a more authentic future. Walk it with care, walk it with trust, and above all, walk it with love for yourself. Created by Laura the Tarot Reader. Consider subscribing to help us reach other kindred souls. Thank you again.